The Live Golf Tour. If you have not followed golf for the past year and a half, this name probably has no meaning to you. But in early 2022, Greg Norman, a Hall of Fame golfer, founded a new golf league named the Live Golf Tour. This new league was created to rival the PGA Tour. This rivalry created controversy, arguments, and differences in the golf community. First, let's start with some general league information about the two. The PGA Tour has been the leader in professional golf for decades. Every year, there are 43 PGA Tour events. Of those 43 events, approximately 144 players get to play in each event. For the 43 events, there is $500 million in winnings available for the whole 2023 year. So, being a PGA Tour player can be a very risky and rewarding career. Every year, thousands of players compete to be on the PGA Tour, but only some make it. Those players are expected to spend a minimum of around $110,000 for just expenses. On June 9th of 2022, Live Golf held their first tour event. Live Golf recruited players to play in these events from the PGA Tour by offering them contracts with outrageous amounts of money. For example, Dustin Johnson, a former PGA Tour player, was given $125 million to play for their tour. I found that from golfmonthly.com and everything you need to know about Live. For example, with this visual aid, if each box is worth $50 million, that is the entire 2023 PGA Tour purse at $500 million. And Dustin Johnson's new contract is 2.5 of those boxes, of those 10 boxes, which is 25% or $125 million, which is an outrageous amount of money. So, Live Golf is backed by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, which is one of the wealthiest sovereign wealth funds in the world. I found that from golf.com and the PGA Tour versus Live controversies. There's a lot of controversy regarding Live due to it being backed by Saudi Arabia. As some people may know, Saudi Arabia has been known for their different views and opinions on certain groups of people, which some others don't agree with, and has really caused a controversy in the PGA Tour versus Live and the players that are choosing to go to the new tour. I've given you the background information on all the tours, so now I'll show you what is going on recently. PGA Tour has really been battling to keep players from joining the new Live Tour. The PGA Tour created new elevated events, which are events that give people lots of money and are providing the top names in golf. For those elevated events, 78 PGA Tour players get to play, and there's a purse of $20 million. Of those, in those events, there is no cut, which means a cut is there are 4 rounds in a professional golf tournament. After the second round, the top half of the field gets to move on to the next 2 rounds, and the bottom half goes home and does not get a paycheck. So if you're in the top half, you get to make money. If you're in the bottom half, you don't get to make money. For those 8 events that they're doing no cut, which means everyone gets to make money. So if a player on average played in all 8 events, their average earning for the total time would be $2,051,282.05. I found all that information from PGAtour.com and the new 2023 elevated events. Those events come with a trade-off, though, because there's a lot of disagreement from low PGA Tour players that aren't in that top 75, because it means they aren't able to play that week, which means they aren't able to make a paycheck. And no paycheck means not being able to do their job, which they need to do to live. So, this is made the PGA Committee, which is a group of people that are all PGA Tour players, into a spot of trying to keep players from leaving the PGA Tour to go to Live. The FedEx Cup, which is a season-long race to decide the winner of the PGA Tour season, has a winning total of $10 million. In 2022, they bumped that up to $18 million as an incentive to stay. In 2021, they started the Player Impact Program, which was set at $40 million. After Live was introduced, that more than doubled to $100 million, which guaranteed PGA Tour players around $500,000 for being a tour member. So, there's clearly a rivalry between these two tours. I hope I've given the essential information to understand what is going on in the golf world. I hope this provides interest into the world of golf, and hope that you can learn something from it. Thank you for listening.